Welcome to day 2 of Workplace Hazards. Your title for today is Whmis. Whmis is an acronym. Whmis stands for Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System. This means that its focus is to recognize that there are materials that we're going to work with in the workplace. These are hazardous in some cases, and we need a system of information sharing so that everyone who's working with these materials knows what they are, knows how to safely work with them, and we can make informed choices. The system in Canada was originally developed in around 1989, brought into effect in 1990, and we've had the system in place for about 30 years now. What's happened over the last few years is it was realized that Canada's laws and our sharing system isn't consistent with that of other countries. And so a group of countries got together and they negotiated to say, okay, what do we think is best about each of the systems we've developed? They've agreed upon a common set of rules. And so Canada is changing our laws to match what we've agreed to with other countries. And so there are probably some old resources in some workplaces. So if you are working a part-time job, you probably see some of the older resources available out there. I'm going to spend some time mentioning these older systems because I want you to be familiar with them if you see them. But we should be fully transitioned to the new system within another year or two. So hopefully we're seeing all the new resources in our workplaces, but we have to be prepared for the reality that we might not. We're going to move on in 3, 2, 1. Whmis consists of 3 equally important parts, so it's a 3-part system. The first, which we're going to spend more time on in class today, or your next class, is worker education. Its purpose is to ensure employees know what they are using and how to use it safely. So these are the materials that you could be asked to use. If you are an employer, meaning you run a company and you are employing other people, you are going to have to ensure that you are the person making sure the employees know what they're using and how to use it safely. So you're going to be responsible for making sure this happens. The second is material labels. This is to ensure that we know what the material inside any container is, and it gives some information about the identity of the hazards associated with that material. Now, it's not going to be complete or exhaustive. It's to give a starting point as a refresher for a person. The last piece is called a safety data sheet. Short form for that is SDS. And this is to fully detail what we know about that hazardous material in a consistent format, so we know how to work with it, how to handle it, how to store it, everything that is perceived to be relevant. In Canada, the term used to be MSDS, standing for Material Safety Data Sheet, and you may find a few of these sheets around with that acronym on it, and if you see them, just know that they're probably a little older, and when we're covering the safety data sheets later on in this unit, we'll go over the details there. So the next class, we're going to look more at worker education, and later lessons will focus on material labels and SDSs. I believe that was the last point on this slide, so thanks for watching.